Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. It is Monday, but I'm not in front of Shaw's. It is Monday night, and I am sitting at home all nice and cozy in front of my computer. I did not get a chance to record in the Shaw's parking lot today because I ran to Shaw's to get the flyer with my mother in the car. It was after her doctor appointment, so I just ran in, picked up the flyer, got a few items, and kiddingly said to her, you know, I usually always sit in the car and do a video. And she's like, why do you have to do that? And I was like, I don't have to, Ma. I just do it because I'm crazy. So she was in no mood, and my mother doesn't like to be recorded, period. But I have a mission to get her on video at some point this summer, especially if we get, we're supposed to get a ramp. Gould, the elderly services or whatever, has put in for a ramp for her. So once I have a ramp, I'll be able to get her out of the house, and I'm going to see if I can ever do a tag along with me and my mother video, especially if I have Skylar this summer. Well, I shouldn't say if, when I have Skylar this summer. There ain't no ifs about it, and that would be pretty cool. But I'm not going to hold my breath. But anyway, so I had my mother in the car, couldn't do my recording, so I thought I will just record tonight, still show you what I got today, open my one Monopoly ticket so we can see if I won something big, and then I'm going to do something totally different. I am going to read some comments from the Shaw's Facebook page. I've been wanting to do that for a long time, so I thought it would be fun that I would read some comments. Okay, so let me show you what I got. First, I got knock myself out with bread, why don't I? 2 loaves of light wheat. My mother doesn't like either of those words. She's not thrilled with wheat. She likes white bread, and she doesn't like anything that says light, fat-free, low-cal, certainly not sugar-free. And, I don't know, maybe I'll just put a big sticker on there or something, and she won't know. They were only 35 cents a loaf. There we go, 35 cents. Good for the squirrels. Okay, got the bread. The eggs. The eggs was a little bit troublesome. They have eggs are on sale for $1.50 a dozen, 2 dozen limit. And the ad does indeed say white eggs, Shaw's large white eggs. But my Shaw's had a big sign that they didn't have any white eggs. So I did pick up 2 brown with the hopes that they would, you know, swap out. And they rang up, of course, at $2.99 for one. And I says, yeah, they're not going to ring up at the sale price because they're not white. And he goes, no, we're all out of the white ones. And I said, can you substitute? And he said, no. I said, are you sure? He said, yeah, we can't substitute. He says, you have to take white ones, and we're all out of white ones. So I said, but, you know, I said, I only come here on Mondays. I says, I don't want to have to come back for 2 dozen eggs. So I said, can we ask someone? He goes, well, look, I'll show you. And he takes the flyer, and he looks and says, see, it says the white eggs. And I was like, yes, I understand that. But can you ask someone to see if they will swap out and let me have the brown eggs for $1.50. So he turns around to the other cashier behind him and he says, are we allowed to swap these? She goes, yes, of course. She says, we're swapping out. She says, there's no white eggs. We're giving them the brown eggs. So that part was good. And then I'm so distracted by scenes of Juan Pablo on The Bachelor. He was by far my favorite Bachelor because he made that season hilarious. That guy was jerk. Anyway, so I should turn the TV off. Well, I will. I'm totally no, don't want volume off. Rick Springfield. I never thought he was cute. He was like so popular. I don't know. He wasn't my kind of guy. Okay, distractions are now turned off. So he had no clue how to subtract the $2.99 eggs and put in the $1.50 eggs, and then we had to have somebody come and open the register, and then there was somebody behind me, and I could tell he was starting to like that kind of thing. But I got 2 dozen eggs, $1.50 each, so I guess it was worth the hassle. Then, Sanford Shaw's, now I'm quite sure this is an unadvertised special because I don't remember seeing this in the flyer, has a ton of chicken, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I'm trying to make sure. 59 cents a pound. And I got 4 of these babies. Each package is like around, this one's almost 6 pounds, and it was $3.49. So boneless, skinless, 59 cents a pound. That's incredible. So 6 times 4, I got probably, you know, close to 25 pounds of chicken, which I need to separate and freeze. Okay, let me go put this away and the eggs, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's move on to opening my Soul Monopoly ticket. I saw a funny one on Shaw's Coupon Gossip group. Somebody was an instant winner and they won a package of stool softener. I just thought that was hilarious. Oh, instant winner. I won 2 tickets on my next visit. Whatever. I did keep my tickets and I will like lay them out on that game board, even though I will never get enough to win anything. Okay, since I don't know how to chat not in my car. I love chatting in my car because I get to see people walking by and it's just kind of fun. But anyway, I thought we're going to, let me see. I'm going to try to put you closer so you can watch me read. I don't know what I'm doing. Good enough. Pretty good, huh? See, I'm going to read. First, I want to say that I know I will get some people saying, oh, here you are posting people's messages on YouTube. Shaw's Facebook page is a public page. Anyone who posts there, it's there for the world to read. I'm not going to say names, because I'm just not going to say names, but it's on Shaw's Facebook page. So I'm just going to read it to you. Now, this is interesting because someone asked Shaw's about the upcoming buy 2, get 2 free sale. Let me show you. It's very confusing because it says mix and match, but it's showing like all kinds of different items. Now, buy 2, get 2 free, mix and match. I take that as, and that's just my take, but I take it as like buy 2, get 2 free of this stuff that's in that box, buy 2, get 2 free of, I don't know how to point, the rice. I don't take that as buy 2, get 2 free, mix and match of everything on that page, meaning if you buy 2 Breyers ice cream and 2 Near East rice, I don't necessarily think that's going to work. I think it has to be mix and match of the items that are in one particular box. But I could be wrong. Shaw's is very, very not good at explaining what they mean. So I was going to ask a question on Shaw's Facebook page, but I don't like to do that because I don't like to throw it in their face that I have the flyer early. They do not like that I do this. They don't like it. So I don't like to give them any reason to say, oh, she's got the flyer again. However, this week I did post my copy of the flyer on their Facebook page. I don't, blow horns and say, looky what I have. But I post it. There's a lot of weeks I don't, especially like after they give me a hard time for having the flyer early. Sometimes I'll stay away from there for a while. But I thought I would take a look. I'm making this such a long story. Okay, because I know you won't talk specifics of an upcoming sale, so let's try this. If the sale is buy 2, get 2 free, and Shaw's includes that, and Shaw's includes in that deal everything from Near East rice, which is low price, to jugs of Tide, high price, how are customers to know what 2 items they are to get free for every 4 they buy, as this is a mix and match sale? This is going to cause so much frustration and chaos for all. Now, if that sale is indeed mix and match across all of the items on that page, I'm sure it must say lower price items are free, That would really be stinky bum bum, don't you think? Oh, I shouldn't say stinky bum bum. Oh, where is it? I don't think it even says, but we know it's the lower priced items, unless they do it that if you buy 2 items from one box and then 2 items from another box, I mean, you know, like a box on this page, maybe, like if you bought 2 Tide and 2 Near East rice, maybe 1 Tide will be free and 1 Near East rice will be free. I don't know. I think someone mentioned somewhere that that's how it worked for them. But again, I don't know. I do not know. Okay, here's... No, I like it when there's answers, but there's no answer on this one yet either. This week's Lenten special ad in the current flyer, 219 through 225, is deceptive and false. It clearly describes wild-caught fresh salmon fillets at $6.99 a pound. Only farm-raised is available at the advertised price. Furthermore, the store offered no accommodation, only a different product at a higher price. Bait and switch? Shaw's does that a lot. They just make, I don't know if they do it purposely or they just make mistakes or they just advertise prices that they don't have. I don't know. Oh yeah, this was an issue with several people here. Let's see, we have other comments here. Be careful of the free Progresso K-Cup deal. $5.99, and My Mix says up to $3.99. Okay, Shaw's had a My Mix coupon that you clipped, and it said free up to $3.99, but the item was $5.99. They've done this before, and it can't be free. And if you know that there's nothing available at $3.99, you can't say free up to $3.99. You can only say free up to $3.99 if there are items available under $3.99. But if the item is $5.99, you just can't say free up to $3.99. So if you have nice customer service, they will refund. Otherwise, be prepared. So here's some of the comments. And Shaw's did reply to this one. Hello, I want to apologize for this issue. Also want to assure you that we were made aware of the issue and corrected it yesterday. The My Mix offer is ringing up correctly now. Thank you, Dan. And then someone said, I don't know what time it was fixed, but I shopped at 4 p.m. And then he writes back, the coupon value was reset at 2 p.m. to $5.99. Customers who clipped the coupon before 2 p.m. unfortunately will need to let the cashier know that they didn't get the full value and the cashier will have to adjust the discount. So anybody who clipped that before 4 p.m. yesterday, you're going to have issues. Dan, people clip today and are still having problems. Ooh, this is a bad situation getting worse. I am not the only one who has trouble at the registers. I just clipped it. I'm going to do different voices. I just clipped it. The coupon still says up to $3.99. No. I told you this would be fun. I'm having fun. You can go to sleep if you want. Another person says, yep, I clipped this morning and the coupon still says $3.99. I also went to the store to try it and they only took off $3.99 as well. After arguing with 2 cashiers for a few minutes, they called the manager who honored it. But I'm never sure if the managers just want to get rid of me or if they actually believe what I say to be true. I know that feeling. There's nothing worse than explaining something and being made to feel like they're just, what's the word I want? Humoring you or whatever and just saying, yeah, okay. And then I hate it when they say, we'll do it this time. Oh my God. Terrible, terrible words. When the coupon and email still say up to $3.99, it's hard to argue that the system is wrong. Got a point there. And the employees don't always want to hear that the Facebook page says to honor it. That doesn't sound official enough. Yeah. And when I used to say, Dan on Facebook said, who's Dan? Oh, sorry, Dan. Oh. No, I'm recording. What, do you need me? Okay, just a minute. 7:30, and my mother wanted to go to bed. That is very, very early for my mother, but she was up. I know she said she had breakfast at 5 a.m., so she was up early, and she had a big, big day going to the doctor. And it was almost a 3.5 hour round trip from, the moment of trying to get her out of the house and into the car till when we got back. So she's tired. I'm tired. So she must be very tired. Okay, so back to the My Mix. Kind of bugs me that the My Mix is so glitchy like that. So Dan replies, "We are currently looking into what occurred, as we were certain that the offer was corrected Saturday afternoon to a $5.99 discount amount. Additionally, we are addressing our processes to ensure that the Saturday sampler offer works as intended moving forward. We sincerely apologize to those who were disappointed." My mother just called me? "We sincerely apologize to those who were disappointed by this weekend's offer issue." Thank you, Dan. You know what I wish stores would do? If they make a mistake, reward the people who have to go through getting it fixed. I don't care if you give $1. Do something for the time and effort. So Dan, if you're watching, do something about it. It's one thing to just continuously say you're sorry. Reward the people. Nobody will be as mad if something goes wrong. People will be like, yes, they made another mistake. This is again about the bistro cups. We're a little upset over the My Mix promo this week. Received a My Mix email stating the cups are free. I'm paraphrasing here, and dollars is a huge difference. This person goes on to say the free tomatoes a few months back were ringing up at $1.99 when the coupon only took off $1.79. For example, that was another thing that was supposed to be free. Thank you for looking into this. But I remember one time there was, a product that was free up to a certain amount. Let's just, for the heck of it, I don't remember, but let's just say for the heck of it, free up to $3. And the item was, like, say, $3.29. And I argued the fact that that's not free. And they said, well, no, it's free up to that price. It's like, you can't frigging say that. You can't say this house is free. We have a house on the market. It's free up to $1,000. Free house. Come and get the free house up to $1,000. The house is $100,000, but you're going to get it free up to $1,000. Makes no sense. Shaw's supports the use and transport of fracked gas. What's fracked gas? Is that a typo, or do I just not know what fracked is? I know a word similar. In New England by signing onto a letter of support for the Kinder Morgan NED pipeline project. I know nothing about stuff like this. How can you support this project given the overwhelming evidence that fracking contaminates families' drinking water? I can't wait to look up what fracking is. Do you have any concern for the global warming methane leaks that plague natural gas pipeliners? My family will be doing our grocery shopping elsewhere. No comments back to that. Oh, somebody wrote about this. I heard that too. I saw an article about wood pulp being used in Parmesan cheese, and I was wondering if it is in your Shaw's brand Parmesan cheese. Thank you. And I do believe it was the Shaw's brand. I heard it on the news. A fiber that was the question. Now the comment is from another reader. Cellulose is a fiber made from plants that is added to food to prevent caking. Eating a little wood is not harmful. Fiber is even good for you. The issue companies are having is that there's more cellulose in certain Parmesan brands that say they are 100% cheese that would make the product not 100% cheese. And then that person says, thank you. And I'm not sure how much was found in the Shaw's brand, but even Kraft had around 3%. To me, if something is 100%, it needs to be 100%. I know they allow certain amounts of product, other things other than the cheese to be in there, but then they should not say 100%. They should say, if there's 3% wood in the cheese, then they should say it's 97% cheese. Just as easy to say 97 as it is 100. Because if there's 3% wood in the cheese, it's not 100% cheese. To me, 100% cheese is you take the cheese and you grate it, and that's what you got, cheese. So am I freaked out about this cellulose or whatever wood in the cheese? If they say it's safe, they said that the levels are supposed to be like 2 to 3% is the max, and I believe it was the Shaw's cheese, and I'm going to see what this reply here from Julio says. I think that was one of the ones, and the other one was Great Value Walmart. And that very day, I bought like a big tub of it, a big container of it, and I was like, it was like 7 or 8% in that. I'm gonna start to grow branches. Okay, this Julio from Shaw's says, on Friday we made the decision to recall the Essential Everyday 100% grated Parmesan cheese, so it was theirs, from our shelves. Customers who have purchased the product at home may bring the item back for a refund. Thank you. Julio, customer service. What does the name Julio mean to me? Was there a song or something? Not Julio Iglesias, not him. Somebody writes, can I get the weekly flyer mailed to me? Please message or email us at albertsons.social.media@safeway.com with your full mailing address. We'll be happy to add you to our mailing list. Is this something I don't know about? I'm sure you won't get it like wicked early. I frequent Shaw's and I am disappointed to learn that they sell eggs from chickens crammed into small cages. Please stop supporting this cruel practice and source your eggs from cage-free suppliers. Thank you. They probably do have cage-free eggs available, and it is sad, but I still buy the eggs. I know, it's awful. It's like, I think it's so sad that animals are killed for us to eat, for those who like to eat meat. But I'm a meat eater. I eat tons of meat, love meat. Would I rather they don't die? Yes, but I don't know if I could actually go out and kill something to eat it. I don't think I could do that. I mean, I guess I could kill something if my granddaughter was dying and needed to eat. I don't know. I hope I never have to face that decision. Okay, another one complaining about the cramped cage chickens. I don't feel like reading that. Dan, will Shaw's Star Market be doing a recall for the Essential Everyday 100% grated cheese, given that it has been pulled from the shelves after being tested as having 8.8% cellulose? That's not 100% cheese. 8.8% is significant. So obviously everybody was watching the same news channel I was that night. Please explain your free fruit program for kids. And just so you know, I haven't read any of these. I'm reading these now with you, so if it's boring, not my fault. I have been approached by one of your employees asking if my child would like a piece of fruit while we shop. I tried to eat only organic fruit and explained that to him. He told me organic fruit is not included in this program. However, some area moms are getting offered organic and some are refused. I think it is very important to feed your growing child an organic diet free of GMOs and pesticide. I realize there is some pesticide on organic, but it is greatly reduced. The reply, and this reply is from, I have to click on see more, Rebecca. Connie, thank you. Oops, I shouldn't have said the name. Okay, that's all right. It's a woman's name, one name. Connie, thank you for reaching out. And like I said, this is all public anyway. We agree with you and think that you will be pleased to know that we have decided to include organic apples and bananas in our kids' free fruit card program. I hope I can remember about that program when Skylar comes this summer. I always forget about it. The value of the coupon is up to $1 and will now include the loose organic bananas and apples. The cards will begin discounting these items immediately. Thank you again for your feedback and for shopping at Shaw's. How come they don't listen to our feedback? You know, like, we want to use 2 coupons on a BOGO. Bring it back to that. Bring it back to that. How do we get you to come to Fairhaven? Stop and Shop sucks. Shaw's writes back, and this is Julio again. Thank you for your loyalty and interest in seeing us return to Fairhaven. We will be sure to share your comments internally for further consideration. I can guarantee they're not going to consider it just because one person thinks Stop and Shop sucks. I got the cutest Valentine's Day cookie bouquet in your Hanson location on Sunday. I had never seen them before. For other holidays, do you offer them at other holidays? Also, is this a special item that can be ordered for an event through the bakery? Thank you for sharing. We make the Valentine cookies bouquets just for Valentine's Day. However, they can be ordered for special events. You can call your Hanson store to place your order. We hope this helps. And the other person writes back, they were a huge hit. Good to know about special orders. They would make great centerpieces for a birthday party or a baby shower, or a bridal or baby shower. Where can I order new chef coats? Thanks. What does that mean? Can they get me a winter coat? Thanks for reaching out. Chef coats can be purchased at shawsemployeegear.com. It's an employee coat. Thank you, was the reply. Ooh, somebody wrote the word grossed out. I'm going to like this one. Really disappointed and grossed out that yet again I have purchased expired product. Don't hold me word for word here because I read like a third grader. Really disappointed and grossed out that yet again I have purchased, and I'm not trying to insult third graders. I have purchased expired product from the Plaistow, I don't know how to pronounce it, Plaistow, New Hampshire store. Purchased a $5.99 package of ham yesterday, opened it up today to a very rancid smell, searched for a date to see that it had expired on 2/12. Now she wrote this on February 15th. Why is this even still on the shelf? Disgusting! Shaw's writes, and it is Rebecca that's replying. We are sorry to hear about the out-of-code issue that you experienced at our Plaistow Shaw's. Shaw's. I just totally wore out the battery of one camera. Good thing I have two cameras. So let's see, we have a little bit of time. I'll make this the last one. Okay, I don't know where my battery cut off, so I'm just going to start over. If I overlap, then I'll just delete the other part. We're sorry to hear about the out-of-code issue that you were experiencing at our Plaistow Shaw's. We've sent your comments over to Shaw's director to review. In the interim? I have to look that up. Is that how it's spelled? Interim. I don't think I know that word. The intervening time. I can say I've probably never used that word in a sentence. In the interim, is that how it's pronounced? I need to do this more often because I'm learning words. We advise that you return to the store with your receipt and ask for help from one of our associates at the customer service desk. Again, we're sorry about any inconvenience this may have caused. And again, it should be like, return to customer service and we will lavish you with gifts for the inconvenience. We did return, which is a huge inconvenience in my opinion. Good for you. We most certainly will not be buying any lunch meats from the store again. We can certainly understand your frustration. However, we have addressed this with our Plaistow store director for immediate resolution. We hope you give us the opportunity to better serve you in the future. Give her something for her trouble. Because the would rather cut labor and understaff their stores. Oh, somebody who doesn't know how to speak. Like me. This other person writes, Shaw's is extremely understaffed, very poor service in Derry, New Hampshire. Shaw's is replying now. Rebecca again. We sincerely apologize for this experience. This is not reflective of the service we strive to provide to our customers. We have shared your concerns with the dairy store director, so they may address this. Thank you for your time. So people were complaining about two different stores here. Well, here's a good comment. Shaw's is my go-to store for quality food and service. Signed, Dan. No, I'm just kidding. That would have been classic if that was really Dan who posted that. Okay, Shaw's replies. Dan is the one replying. Thank you so much. We're proud to be your store. Which of our locations do you shop at? And the person replies, Peabody. Peabody, and sometimes Beverly. Enjoy Peabody location because it's so close to, these glasses aren't cutting it, to the North Shore Shopping Center. Shaw's writes back. It's Rebecca this time. Thank you for clarification. We'll be sure to share your compliments with the respective store director so they may share with the team. Have a great day. Okay, I guess I'm going to be done. Gee, I feel like I really do a terrible job reading. One problem is I'm completely exhausted. The other is the glasses are not that great. And the third reason is that I just have a hard time reading stuff and listening to you talk to me at the same time I'm reading. Gotta be quiet next time. Okay. Hey, if you want me to read more emails another time, let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know. It doesn't have to be just Shaw's comments. I can read all kinds of comments as long as they're in English. I could read French ones. I can read French. That's it. I really have nothing much else to say. I kind of enjoyed this. I'll get better at reading. I don't do well the first time I do something different. So, that's it. I'm going to get back to posting some Shaw's deals while this is uploading. I just wanted to chat with you because it's not Monday if I don't chat with you a little bit. So, phew, what a long day. I'm glad it's over. Thank you so much for watching. Please thumbs up. Please subscribe. Oh, my goodness. I want to give a shout out to Michelle's Frugal Living. I have been wanting to do a shout out video for a while and give you guys a list of some of my favorite YouTubers in case you want to take a look. And I never got around to it. And one of the first, first of all, my friend Jane is the one who turned me on to YouTube. I mean, I dabbled with looking at it, but then one night my friend Jane is like, you have to watch this video, and I watched it, and then she showed me a couple of other YouTubers that she watches, and I mean, I was instantly hooked and spent 4 hours watching videos that night in bed with my iPad. Because I was just fascinated with all the different kinds of videos out there, and that's when I was like, okay, I have to start doing this. I came across Michelle from Michelle's Frugal Living, and she just was sitting in her car and talking, and I was like, I can do that. It's like, it's like I don't have to feel like I have to be, doing something fascinating. She was just sitting and talking in the car, and I liked listening to her. I'll never forget, it was a video that she had just had her hair cut, and she was in the car talking about her haircut, and I was like, this is interesting to me, so maybe if I do stuff like that, it'll be interesting to somebody. So that's how it all started. Anyway, so I was watching Michelle the other day, and she gave me a shout out. I was like in shock to hear my name. She's like, I can't remember exactly. I was deafened by excitement, but she's like, Darlene, and I was like, Darlene, and from Deals by Darlene, and I was like, oh my God, she's mentioning my name. So because of her, I just got like a couple hundred extra subscribers. So thank you so much, Michelle. And I want to send people to see Michelle, especially if you do drugstore couponing. Now, she shows you her hauls. She's been couponing for a long time, and she is still big time into couponing. I get so tired looking at the hauls she does. They're just she just knows everything. They're complicated, and she's a pro. She does a lot of Rite Aid, Walgreens, stuff like that. So, certainly, if you belong to Shauna's group, mainly coupon, what is it? Mainly drugstore deals, New England based. Check out Michelle's Frugal Living, and just, I just like to, share the joy. She's a fun one to watch. And that's it. Thank you again, Michelle, for the shout out. I totally appreciate it. And so anyway, thumbs up, subscribe, all that jazz. Make me happy, girl. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.